To connect your Xero accounting package with NextMinute, all you'll need to do on the left-hand side of the screen, scroll down to the bottom and select Admin. At the top of this admin page, you'll need to jump into your accounting section. By default, the accounting integration will be collapsed, but you can expand this by selecting it, and then you'll have your different accounting systems that you can integrate with. Today, we're going to connect our Xero. And for the purpose of this video, we're not going to connect our payroll integration, so we'll say no. This is going to pop up the Xero login screen, so all you'll need to do firstly is insert your email address and password. Now keep in mind that you might have multi-factor authentication set up, which will send a code via SMS, or you might be using an authentication app to log in. I don't have it set up for my account at the moment, but it's always a good idea to do so. So the next thing that you'll need to do in Xero is just make sure you allow all access, and then this is going to walk us back into the NextMinute system, and then we can start selecting a few more details. What I'd recommend doing firstly is I'd recommend ticking the import your contacts to NextMinute. This just makes sure that all of your current customers and suppliers are imported into NextMinute, and any changes that are made on either platform will automatically update. The next option asks you to select a default account for sales items. If you're unsure which account to choose, check with your bookkeeper or accountant first, but in this case, I'm just going to leave it set to sales. I also want to make sure that the sales invoices line item data is ticked, so that way any description relating to materials or labor is copied across into Xero from NextMinute. You can also select if you are receiving payments from different Xero accounts. You'll have a little drop down of your multiple different Xero accounts there, but for this purpose, I'm just relating it to the one organization. It's also good to select Xero invoice numbers under the invoice number generation section here. That way it essentially means that if you create invoices in either Xero and or NextMinute, the invoice numbers will essentially match. It will also make sure that the invoice is shown as draft invoice, which is always a good thing to start with as well, so they aren't coming through as submitted. And you'll note on the right hand side of the screen here, you'll have new invoice status. It's automatically set to draft, but you can change that if you like. Going up the top of the page too, it's just important, similar to the sales invoices, for purchases, supplier invoices, we just want to make sure that the line item descriptions are all the same across both NextMinute and Xero, so we'll keep this one ticked. And then lastly, sending invoices. It's important to make sure that everything's synced with Xero when you send it, so it just prompts you automatically when you do send an invoice that it synchronizes with Xero, and then automatically sets the invoice to be a sent status when invoices are emailed from NextMinute. So we just want to both make sure these items are ticked as well. Once we're happy with that, we can select Save. And the three dots at the top of the screen that you might have seen will just signify that things are in operation, and now we can see it's all been connected to Xero. Once that's been done, you'll note that in your contacts, just as a good check to make sure that everything's worked okay, all of your Xero contacts now should have filled into NextMinute. So in your case, you might have a whole bunch more customers that have come through. Same with suppliers. Just double check that before you close off the Xero integration side of things. But other than that, we should be all ready to go.